Some bloke parked his truck in the way, so I had to move that. Site meeting.
Oh, is it a bit too small?
Right, good morning people. Join me in the Manitou. We've got a very busy day ahead. We're going to be baling up some silage that I cut yesterday, but that'll be in another video. Before we do that, we need to set up the Weighbridge because the grass that we're baling is for the farm platform, and therefore it needs weighing onto the farm. So I'm in the Manitou. We're going to go pick up the weigh beams and set them up in the yard here, and hopefully the whole thing will work. It's been a bit temperamental recently. We've got a job to do on that tractor, which I'll explain when we get to it a bit later on. Some bloke parked his truck in the way, so I had to move that. I've just set the forks to their maximum width because they're quite wide and they're also very heavy. We're going to try and get these down the yard, set them up where we want to use them. Right, we've just set up the screen and the power lead to it. Got the lead to the Weighbridge. Got the two Weighbridges connected. So hopefully, Craig's just going to get the box. Everything will be working, but we won't know until we try it. We're going to get something to cover up the lead in the middle so it doesn't get snagged. Tuck all these wires away neatly somewhere. What we don't want is any of these to get snagged. These are very, very fragile fittings on the side. Right, we think we got this working. It had one of its little temperamental flare-ups, but I don't know if you can see the screen there. It now says North. Craig's going to get on there with the handler, so we'll see what the handler plus the pallet forks plus Craig weigh. $7.82. He's now going to pick up a bag of feed because it will want a second weight. Running. Never safe to run. Craig's going to pick up that bag. It is written on the side of the bag that it is 500 kilos, so hopefully they'll come up with 8.32 tons. You'll see it's done a bit of printing now as well. Right, so here he comes. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Hang on, he's put himself back into fob mode.
Oh, there you are, yeah.
Because he says manual. I think he put himself back into fob mode, Craig.
It may have been when you turned it off and on. Right,
so
there
now
you go, now I've got the
yeah.
Right, I'll get out of the way, I'll go and pick back. It was red arrow just now when I went.
Oh, it was it? Technical fault on our end. It swapped itself back into manual, fob mode. So it's very confusing. You see here it says fob. That actually means it's in manual, which means you can just drive on. So now it should take his weight, about 8.34. That's what it settled on last time, 8.33. Hey, now it's gone green. So now Craig can just drive off. That's good, we know it's working. We can weigh our silage in a little while. Any second, this little receipt thing here should fire up into life. Hey, here it goes. Right, time to get this mower off. One thing a lot of people forget with these mowers is to disconnect this when it's folded up. It goes on that massive spring there. And if that's connected, that drags the headstock that way. So you always really struggle to take this side of the mower off. I've been there and I've done it, so I always remembered how to do that. We've got the stand down underneath. That's in about the right place. Let's unhook the link arms now. So the link arms are off. Got a slack in the top link, although he's fairly slack there now. I should be able to just drop him down. There you have it, one mower free. We'll spin round, drop the front one in front of it. We'll be on to having a look at the wheel on the tractor then. We're in the workshop now, onto the issue at hand here with this. So this is our wheel angle sensor. It's currently not letting my auto steer work because there's a wire in here that is broken, and I need to be able to get at it to fix it. So I'm going to take this off, this mudguard assembly. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. I think that's how I did it last time. I need to be able to get in here in order to get the wire that is in this end out and attach it to the wire in this end that is broken. Are we all following along with that? That is flipping heavy. I managed to get it off. So if we look behind the wheel here, which is all ready for buck raking now, wouldn't that be cool? There's 4 bolt holes here. They've got like a thread set into them where the wheel axle sits on. And then this here is the wheel angle sensor. And this here is the wiring for it. I think I need to take off this bit of shrouding here, because in amongst here somewhere there is a broken wire, but I think it's underneath this bit here. So I've taken off the cap. There's 2 little bolts there, so I need, what's that, is that a 10 or a 13 on there? We'll take that off a minute. The little P-clamp out the way so we can see what's going on here a bit better now. Now you can see underneath this bit of tape here, there's a little red spade there. That is the repair me and Phil did last time. And it's now broken further back, so it's broken just in here. I need to take off some of this shrouding. I also need to get this heat shrink here off, because that will expose the 2 ends of the wire then. What I'd really like to do is solder it, if we've got a soldering iron here. But I might need Le Grice for that, because I am no good at soldering. Right into the guts of it now, so you can see that is the fix we did before. We put a spade in there, and we actually left a bit of spare wire on the end. So I've got enough wire to join that. What is this, 100 grand tractor, and it's let down by a tiny little bit of wire. Now that would have broken from the constant bending back and forth like this, from the turning of the wheel. I still think it's pretty naff. But anyway, at least we know how to fix it, and at least we know we can fix it. So I'll go in and see if we've got some wire in the drawer.
I shall do, my procedure is, I'll put some solder into those wires, then I shall want you to hold them together, and I shall
solder them again.
With the soldering iron, yeah, and warm it up.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, exactly. Good job it's not on the space shuttle, isn't it?
I know. That's the sensor himself.
And that obviously is meant to wiggle.
He comes out, yeah, so he... Oh, I don't want to pull him out now. He does pull out.
Yeah.
I won't pull him out.
And it's... Is it literally the difference between there
Well,
and
he
there?
doesn't wiggle when the screws are in him. I'll take him out. There's a little cap here. And some screws that hold him in.
Of course. I remember now. That's right. Oh, actually that torch is a bit in the way. There we go. Look at that.
Painting.
Lovely and silvered. Of course. Doesn't like to melt into. There we go.
Right, so now you need me to...
Yeah, if you can hold them together so those 2 big bits are nice and together as they start to melt. That's it, line them together like that. There you go. Now give them a tug, see if they're...
Yeah.
Beauty, isn't it?
Easy as that.
Yep. Got that shrink wrap. Oh, is it a bit too
small?
Oh, that's a shame. Probably you see that. Oh, I see what's gone on.
Oh, hold on.
It's obvious.
You got a bit of a bulb on there?
Yeah, if you could slice the end of the shrink wrap off, is the shrink wrap has shrunk? Let's let it on rest a minute. Let's see what.
Shrinking.
Paul.
Smoking.
There.
Top job, Phil.
See, that's a nicer job than a...
And that'll even go over.
Yeah.
Although what I will do is get a load of electrician's tape and tape all that together so that spade can't pull on itself.
Yes.
I had to cut away a lot of this conduit, see. You want to hold the sleeve, push the bolt in. If I lift
Yeah,
up,
I was just trying to get the metal plate correct, because that's what's stopping it at the moment.
You look like you've no idea.
Right.
Right, and just like that, we're all done and back together. Job's a good one. One of those jobs that takes far longer getting everything apart and back together than it does to actually repair the wire. But anyway, glad it's all done. Auto steer will now work. And now we've got blissful auto steer again. Perfect. I'm gonna go and put on the rake. You'll see that in another video. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already. New merch in the link below. I'll see you on another video very soon. Cheerio.